What up, what up, what up, what up out there? Barbershop sports politics fans. We in the house again. This is our take on game 1. NBA 2017 Finals. Golden State versus Cleveland game 1. AKA Durant Hulk Smash. All of y'all that watched the game last night, y'all see, looked like, man, couldn't nobody out there, including LeBron, guard Durant last night, man. It was a travesty of defense, man. But Golden State puts you in those type of positions where, you ain't sure. I saw people running to Curry and Clay in the corner and letting Durant dunk the ball. I didn't understand that philosophy at all, but I know how it go. When in that building, man, you can't let them hit a whole lot of threes, man. It gets awful crunk off in there, to say the least. You know what I'm saying? And that's, those I remember places like that. I used to play when I played. You go and play in those small gyms, man. Sometimes those small gyms be the worst ones, man. They be right on top of you. And actually Golden State has the smallest gym in the NBA. The smallest thing in the NBA. The crowd like right on top of you. And they get pretty raucous. So man, we got Smoke Cliff with us. What you got to say about game 1? What is your take from game 1?
Cleveland got their ass handed to them.
Yeah, that's just about all of it, man. Is anything, are you seeing anything that, what do you think Cleveland has to clean up? I know the turnovers for sure.
Yeah, definitely the turnovers and how they guard. They see what they did last night was pretty pathetic on both sides of the floor. Anything after the first half, like the third quarter was like they just disrespected Cleveland and Cleveland let them do it. It was just crazy to think that, all right, look, you won't get away with giving Golden State 35 and 36 point quarters, man. You can't do that. So what you have to do is you have to make Klay Thompson and Draymond Green the best shooters on the court. I mean, they just have to be. You have to take away Curry as much as you can. You have to take away Durant as much as you can. So that means that on defense, you switch and rotate early. You rotate early, and then first of all, let me go back. Keep Tristan Thompson got to play at least 35 minutes in this game.
Oh my God, 22 minutes from Tristan Thompson. I guarantee.
Tristan Thompson has to play at least. I mean, they got away from what they've been doing. Tristan Thompson and Kevin Love they've been playing on the floor together. They have to continue that. They conform to play Golden State, and that's not how they're going to win. In the first half, Tristan Thompson played pretty much the whole second quarter, pretty much. In the third quarter, they put up like 33 points. 33 points on them in the third quarter. Tristan Thompson wasn't in the game. Didn't play most of the third quarter. Fourth quarter, he barely got on the floor at all. I don't even think he played 2 minutes. It
was over with. It was over with after the third. You can't let them get up 25 and think that you're gonna fight your way back. The second that you start fighting back and you get it to 10, then they go on another 6-point spurt, 8-point spurt, and you're back at 18. You can't. It can't get down 25. That's off top. Realistically, either one of these teams should understand that you get down 25 against good teams, you most likely you lose some games. Sometimes you can fight your way and slick your way back into sometimes or whatever, but I wouldn't suggest a heavy diet of that. But I think that that you in an impossible situation, with Durant coming down the court, because Durant going all the way to the basket, and if you don't stop him, he gonna dunk it. Even Durant can't stop him from dunking that. Getting
But
in
look,
there. He too long. He too
you
long
counter
with.
offense though.
Uh,
You counter things like that with offense because
well,
you
Cleveland scored 30 points in the first quarter. They gave up 35 though. So, you
all
can't.
right, all right. And let me ask you a question. What was the difference between the first quarter and the second quarter?
I don't know what they got. They
They
only
start
lost.
I
They only lost the third quarter by 3. They lost the first quarter by 5. Lost the third quarter by 3.
no, they lost the third quarter by 13.
No, they wasn't. They was only down 8 at halftime.
They lost the third quarter. Going into the fourth quarter, it was a 20-point game, man.
You said the third quarter. You talking about the second quarter? You asked me what's the difference in.
But you brought up. I said, what's the difference between the first and the second quarter?
And then that's what I said. The first quarter they lost by 5. The second quarter they lost by 3.
Right. They got away from playing isolation basketball. Let me not put LeBron on one side of the court and everybody else. They got. You can't play that type of you're allowing Golden State to rest on defense to play isolation basketball to let Kyrie get a shot because he can get a shot. That's not the way you have to work Golden State on both sides of the ball. Offensively is working them too. You got to run pin downs, a lot of pin downs. I was watching I won't say the name, but he's been saying the same thing before the series. Eddie House has been saying the same thing, and I'm looking at Golden State and I'm saying, you know what? That's exactly what they're doing to Cleveland. When they come up the court, when they're playing in the half court offense, Curry's giving up the ball. Durant is giving up the ball. They might get the shot, but they're giving up the ball. You're gonna have to chase them. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's exactly what Cleveland needs to do. You won't be able to just. They just had so much energy. Maybe it was, I can't really describe it, man, because like they came out with so much energy. And I was looking in the first quarter and I was just thinking to myself, Cleveland won't be able to score with Golden State. They just won't. They had to turn it into a defensive game.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people were talking about, how well they scored. I just think that Cleveland is going to have problems. Like Kevin Durant averaged 23 in the last series. If he get 20 this series, he might be lucky. He's not going to do that. He did a good job of getting rebounds or whatever, and he did his job on that end of the floor. But offensively, I know I'm telling you that they just like Klay Thompson. He had several times on Klay Thompson, but this is not nothing new. I've been seeing this. He had several times he had Klay Thompson, and he couldn't even back him down, or he had Kevin Durant and he get down there and he can't get a good shot off, right. They ain't even asking you to go against Draymond Green. Like he not really even handling the lightweight, So, I'm telling you, and the thing is Golden State on the defensive end has very little lightweight. They don't have anybody that can guard LeBron. They ain't got nobody really can guard Kyrie. But the rest of them guys are gonna have problems. And their offense is horrible. It is a lot of isolation, and I understand that them guys good at isolation, but that just means you good at scoring the basketball. You'll be even more effective if you're catching the ball on the move and on the run rather than just running isolation all the time. But that is what Cleveland does, and nobody has ever stopped LeBron from doing it. Because I know that one thing I know for sure, that if LeBron James was playing for Greg Popovich, he would not be doing the same stuff he's doing. As good as he is, and his stats probably would be better. He would use less energy and everything. You ain't got to do all that isolated. That realistically, only time is really that isolation you needed is when after you done running your offense and you start missing and you need some buckets. Then you'll say, okay, we need to get buckets. We can't just go 3 minutes without scoring. we need some buckets. You ISO and you get some buckets. But to play majority of your offense like that, that's why they built the team the way that they built it. Because there's nothing but complementary players to LeBron. He can't sit down off the floor. He sit down, man. Dude, I guarantee you, man. Dude, in any game where he got to sit down a 5-7 minute stretch, he's mess around and get in foul trouble, it's over. It's over.
Yeah, I mean,
and that ain't how you build a team. You shouldn't build a team where one person sit down and everything falls apart because everybody eats off of him. Nobody else other than Kyrie Irving can really go out there and get their own shot on an elite level.
Yeah, I don't really. I think it was. You know what? The good thing is, I think that they'll adjust. I think that they'll adjust because it was a little imbalanced, man. Kyrie should have played a little bit more. Derek Williams should have played a little bit less. I mean, Derek Williams should have played a little bit more too.
Yeah.
I mean, Kyle Korver should have played a little bit less, or I mean, he should have played a little less because you seen what he did in 15 minutes. You know what I mean? And that's 15 minutes of not being, a good defender at that position. I feel like Derek Williams can play 2 or 3 positions, need be. I mean, and he's a body to throw at Durant. You know what I mean? I mean, you have to throw people at Durant who's willing to foul, who's willing to play hard defense. He's one of those players. Kyle Korver's not that defensively, and they was looking. I think more of what they was expecting was somebody who's a knockdown 3-point shooter to make open 3-point shots, and I think his confidence left after he missed his first 3. He just stopped shooting.
Well, speaking of stop shooting, when you said that, remind me of Zaza Pachulia is an idiot. He ain't nothing but a goon, man. He just sitting there waiting around for somebody to start fouling hard so he can put his 2 cents in. Because that's the only thing he there for. That man had 3 layups at the beginning of the game and turned down 2 of them and missed 1 of them. Like, dude is he is there for his purpose. He there for his purpose. And when they start trying to get on that goon stuff, and they start putting nuts on people's head, I'm sure he gonna show up at that point. But man, I realistically, the best. I mean, JaVale McGee looked like he was ready. I ain't gonna lie to you. JaVale McGee should have played more, in my opinion. JaVale McGee played very well when he was out there. He took hard fouls. He didn't give up the and ones. Even I don't care if they get you in the air, man, knock them down. That's what it is. Don't give up and ones. Deter some shots, run the court. He did a very good job. He did a very good job. And I think they should play more. But the scary part about Cleveland is only people that play well is Curry and Durant. That's the bad thing about it. You got smashed. You got Hulk smashed, and it wasn't nothing but Curry and Durant. Like, if you look at it, nobody else even got in double figures. Draymond Green had a horrible game. He had 9 points. That was I don't know, man.
I mean, and that's what I feel like they didn't do a good job of. They didn't do a good job of saying, look, we have to commit on Kevin Durant and we have to commit on Klay Thompson. I mean, Steph Curry. We have to make Klay Thompson. We have to make Draymond Green beat us. They didn't show that they can beat you anywhere at any point in the game. And what I'm saying is, well, within the first 3 quarters, Draymond Green, he started hitting, a couple open shots. He was active on the rebounds, but he hadn't just showed you that offensively he could carry them. Man, they have to become the people who carry the team, because we're going to send 2 people that you have to do the same thing basically that you did for Isaiah Thomas. You know what I mean? You have to make other
you
people.
Can't do that. I'm telling you, all that sounds good. It sounds good when you send double That means you double anybody. That means it's less men on the other side of the court than the other. When the ball swing around, you got to deal with Curry on the other side. If you jump Durant, you're gonna have to deal with Curry on the other side right after the outlet pass, and then it's gonna go to Curry. If you jump Curry, then you got to deal with Durant on the other side. And you see what he was doing in any opportunity. He would shoot them threes, but for the most part, he
But
taking opportunities to go to the basket. And a lot
what
of
I'm
this,
saying is they wasn't doubling nobody. They were only doubling on the pick and roll. They would, and that's not good enough. You know what I mean? When they got action, send somebody their way and rotate. And that's what I was saying about they need to work on their rotations, because I mean, if you have to swing the ball across the floor, you can recover.
let me tell you this is what I say. It was I played basketball a long time. You got to choose. You got to have one person. You got to have one person that you're gonna give unbelievable shots to. And I don't know if any one of them guys that you can give unbelievable. I don't think you can just give Draymond a steady diet of just wide open shots. I don't think you can give Klay Thompson a steady diet of wide open shots. And then the other thing about it is it's not even like that. Like Draymond, he gonna catch some of them and pump fake and go to the basket. I'm just saying, it sounds good. It sounds good, but then you're gonna take these other guys that may or may not be as good offensive weapons, but you're gonna go up and give them easy opportunities, and
I'd rather them have those opportunities than Durant or Steph Curry. I mean, like, you have no other options. I mean, in my opinion, you don't have another option, because you're gonna keep getting beat by 20, because these cats red hot. They fire hot lava, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's the name? When I knew it was gonna be the first two jumpers that Kevin Durant shot, nigga, LeBron was all in his grill. He closed out and contesting it. When I saw that, I was like, oh my goodness, it's gonna be a problem. Nigga. Durant, LeBron, most of the time, nigga, LeBron close out on people. 90% of the people gonna miss when LeBron close out. If you decide to take a shot and he's the one closing out, and I don't watch this long, most of these people miss that stuff, man. Dude was putting it right in his grill. And it's still, it's amazing to me that Durant still had that much room when somebody like LeBron closing out on him. He still seemed like his arms are higher, seem like a foot higher than whoever's coming at him, even when it's somebody like LeBron.
Oh yeah, because Durant is a legit 6'11", possibly 7 feet tall. I mean, he's a creative player, man.
Yeah, that's the stuff I used to do on 2K, nigga. That's for real. You make a play on 2K, I'm 7 foot tall with all the handles in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Can shoot three and play defense.
Play defense, yeah. Yep.
What position you need me to play today, Coach?
Yeah.
Center. Okay, cool.
And so this is going to be the question. I'm telling you, because I'm gonna stay ahead of what it is. I'm gonna stay ahead always of what it is. I'm not gonna follow. I'm gonna set the trends, because I already see it before it comes. Is Durant a better player? Are we gonna? And when we get to the end of this, we're gonna have to answer that question: has Durant surpassed LeBron? We're gonna have to answer that question. If they continue to do what they're doing, this is only game one. This is a lot of stuff, but this is only game one. But if they continue to do what they're doing, I mean, like I said, if he's against Durant, see, this is the thing, it's the head-to-head matchup. And I told everybody, I saw it when when Durant lost in the finals, he may have had some times where he didn't come up, but he held his own. He actually, in certain senses outstacked LeBron, because he averaged more. He averaged more points when they lost in the finals when they played the last time. He averaged more rebounds than he did last time. And if LeBron keep doing what he doing, LeBron gonna average more assists than him this time too. Now he ain't gonna get him in the rebounds because really LeBron is the rebounder for their team. LeBron, when he plays them, they have to play the small lineup, and LeBron is the rebounder. If LeBron or Tristan Thompson don't get the rebound, it ain't gonna get got. So I guess you could say Kevin Love now.
I was about to say, not the one who just had 21 rebounds.
Yeah, I guess you could say Kevin Love or whatever. But but I don't know, man. This is going to be a very interesting finals game 2.
So let me ask you a question.
Okay.
If LeBron happens to win the next game, does that make a difference? Does that make any difference in this conversation?
Oh, no. It'll make a difference if he shut down Durant. If he holds Durant to, what's his name, but
so
if Durant got 40, because that's the same thing we talking about when we get to the end of the finals. Listen, when we got to the end of the finals, the first finals of Golden State and Cleveland, he was there. Everybody's still saying that he's the best player on the court, all that other stuff or whatever. When we get to the end of this finals, if Durant continues to blaze him up like that, and he can do nothing with Durant, and Durant really outstats him, yes, we can have that. We're gonna have that discussion. Win or lose. Win or lose.
Wow.
You're gonna have this. If he continues to let Durant do that, yes. We're gonna have this discussion.
I would be willing to have that conversation.
Huh?
Yeah, on other circumstances. But
go ahead.
Other circumstances. I mean, listen, man.
Like what?
Because Pete, listen, you have to acknowledge the fact that he's on a great team. You know what I mean?
Okay, now what type of team is LeBron on? Didn't LeBron pick almost every person on that team? He picked everybody. He went back and played.
Are we talking about how the team was assimilated?
No, we talking about the team.
Are we talking about the team as it is?
Don't give me no excuses. Those are the players that LeBron. Those are the players that LeBron wanted.
I had made an excuse yet. I'm asking you a question.
What's the question?
The question is he not playing on the greatest team?
It probably one of the best teams that I've seen playing. Yes, but it's not necessarily.
But we can stop it. But we can stop it.
We can't stop it. But because the truth is it's not even about. It's about the right type of basketball or playing the right type of basketball. Because if you look at them as they were draft picks. If you look at them, if they were draft picks, Cleveland has better draft picks than what you call it. Durant is the only number 1 pick on his side. You know what I'm saying? LeBron got another number 1 pick riding shotgun with him, and got another player, Kevin. Now I don't want to hear nothing when I argue with him, when I argue with everybody and said that Kevin Love is good to a certain extent, he was overrated. I don't want to hear y'all talking about Kevin Love as a problem, because this is something I already said. So don't use my arguments. Don't use my arguments against me, because I don't think that
I have to.
No, it ain't,
because you can't use one. You can't be convinced on
but
one.
Not if you're on the other side telling he was top 5 player 4 years ago, 3 years ago. If you on the other side saying Kevin Love is top 5, every time I say something about Kevin Love, you talk about how he top 5 and how he can rebound and he gonna score all that, and I say that he gonna let you down. He gonna let you down. I'm talking about all of the people that.
Oh, okay, just
I'm
except
talking about
me.
everybody. No, I'm talking about everybody that make excuses for why LeBron gonna lose, why LeBron gonna win, and they talk about how the team is. It's only bad when he start losing. The team is great until you can't say nothing about the pieces on the team until he start losing, and then when he start losing, then they agree with you about the pieces.
Well, when did he lose?
He about to lose now.
Well, we talking about something that ain't happened yet.
He was
about to lose last year.
He lost last night. He lost last night.
Exactly. Exactly. That's one game. That's one game. They ain't done nothing yet. They repeating history. That's what they doing. They won. They
Yeah.
won their first two at home last year.
It does look like a repeat of history. Like it's gonna be a repeat of history then, because they're gonna win game one, and they're gonna win. They're gonna win game. They already won game one. They're likely gonna win game two because I think that was Cleveland's best shot. I don't think that the rest of the team. I don't think that their team is only gonna have two people in double figures next time. I don't believe that. I think whether it be Andre Iguodala coming with something, or Matt Barnes, wanna make his voice heard. I don't believe that it's not that Golden State is going to go through, and only people that's going to be in double figures was not. So next time you're gonna have to deal with 15 points from Draymond Green instead of 9, and then you got Andre Iguodala got 9 points and. That's what I'm saying is I think that's the worst game that you're gonna get from Golden State in Golden State this year. That's the worst game you're gonna get from them.
What about Cleveland? Who showed up? Who showed up other than Kyrie and LeBron?
But that's even more of a point of why they're gonna lose, because it was a mono and mono. Kevin Durant and Curry versus Kyrie and LeBron, and they lost. LeBron and Kyrie actually had pretty good games. You know what I'm saying? They both of them. What's the name? It's just that when they went mono a mono, nobody else playing well, but those 4 people, Kevin Durant and Curry won. I don't think you're gonna get that again. The next time you get a bad game like that from the rest of the players, is going to be in Cleveland, maybe game 3. They may have to adjust in game 3 or whatever. But I already know what's going to happen. If they win game 3, say for instance they win the next 2 games, Golden State wins the next 2 games. Game 4 they're gonna run that small lineup the entire game. They're gonna run the small lineup I guarantee you they're gonna start the small lineup at that point. In that last game and what you call it. And
that's basically what they did.
Yeah.
That's basically what they did, because Zaza only played like 13 minutes, 14 minutes. He didn't even get to 15 minutes.
That's all they need is somebody because it's too much on Draymond Green and Kevin Durant to try to protect the paint all game. And they still have to run the offense and score points, so they can't do that. You bring other people in, they take their fouls. And so that Draymond and Durant don't have to take all their fouls, but for stretches of the game, they can hold down the paint. For stretches of the game, and but you don't want to get them worn out, so you are not going to play them that much. It used to remind me of somewhat of how they played a big man to start. It's kind of how Phil Jackson used to play. I remember we had AC Green starting a couple times. We would always have, because Robert Horry was a small power forward, he almost never started. He let another guy come in, foul, take some of the abuse and physicalness, and then Robert Horry played majority of the rest of the game. But he just didn't want to take them, and that's what they do with that's what they're doing with the big men in Golden State. They just need them to play them little 15 minutes, just so that all of that punishment that you have to take when you play down low is not on Draymond and Durant. Well, already I guess I'll remind you of my prediction, and I said this would be a gentleman's sweep. I thought that they would get game 3. And that would be because they don't want to lose. They don't want to lose the championship in Cleveland again. Because if they do lose another championship in Cleveland, then I think you brought this up to me. Then they could say that they got more championships in Cleveland than Cleveland.
Especially Steph Curry can say, since he was born in Akron too, that he's brought more championships to Akron. He got more championships than anybody from Akron from Akron.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. So it's it's gonna be some big time bragging rights on what's the name, and I think that LeBron and Kyrie can have that one magical game in Game 3 to make sure that they don't lose this series in Cleveland.
Look, man, they know what's gonna happen. It's gonna have to be a 40-40. Both of them need to go close to 40.
Yeah, both of them have to come with 40. Yeah, I don't know why they thought. I don't know why they thought it was in. LeBron looked like he was ready to score 40, man.
Listen,
he looked like he was ready, but it's still they was taking on so much water, even with LeBron, scoring the way he was scoring.
I mean, he stopped. I don't know why he stopped. That was so.
Because they was running it crazy. He had 15 in the first quarter, so he ended up with 23 in the so that was 8. He scored 8 in the second quarter, and I guess 5 in the third.
5 for the rest of the game.
5 for the rest of the game. I mean, it was over within the third, man. They wasn't gonna come back for 24, 25.
Man, I just don't get why he didn't do more. Kyrie didn't do more. Like, I mean, that's the only way they have a chance. I'm sure LeBron, because his nature is to be a facilitator, he wants to get everybody in the game at some point. But that's not what you need to get into with Golden State. Because if that's the game you're playing with Golden State, they can beat you hands down. You know what I mean? Because they have the personnel to beat you that way. Man, I think Durant is one of the best scorers in the league. He can shoot from anywhere. I think Steph can shoot from anywhere. He's one of the best scorers in the league. And I think the same thing about LeBron, and I think the same way about Kyrie. They have to have better games than everybody on the court. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They have to be the ones who have the best games, the better games than anyone on the court. Just hands down for Cleveland to have a chance.
Yeah. They're gonna have to outplay Durant and Curry, and
right.
LeBron looks like he's closer than Kyrie right now. I don't know, Kyrie. I don't know, man. I said that backwards. I'm sorry. Kyrie probably looks like he's closer than LeBron, because I don't know. Like Durant, like he might have put up 50 if he had to play in the fourth quarter. Like realistically,
LeBron carried him in the first quarter, man.
You said what?
LeBron carried him in the first quarter because Kyrie started out 1 for 5.
Oh, Durant carried him in the first quarter because everybody was missing. Everybody was missing layups, and
that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I mean.
Durant carried him in the first quarter.
Man, LeBron was on a pace to score at least 40. He had 23 in the first half. He was on a pace to score at least 40. So I mean, whatever the reason for them not being in the position, it's like, man, look, you got to start switching off everybody. LeBron, you got to go get that man over there. That's your man. You got to go lock up KD. You know what I mean?
Man, that's not gonna happen, man. I don't know why. I done told y'all, man. Now Durant loses to LeBron, but it ain't cause he can't score against LeBron. As long as I say
this is the best team LeBron has ever playing with.
This is the best team that Durant has ever played with.
And
both of them.
Listen to what I'm saying. This is the first time. This is the first year they've ever played. Durant has always had a losing record. All I'm saying is when they've played, I give OKC a better team than, or I wouldn't even say a better team, an equal team to LeBron's team.
Yeah.
Up until now.
Yeah, you would have gave an advantage to LeBron team up until I told you that they bench. I'm telling you, I told you about the bench. I told you what's name, and it's just gonna be what it is, man. Like I told them what they should have did, man. Kevin Love, you got 2 superstars. You got 2 superstars. Take Kevin Love and break that up into multiple pieces. Take Kevin Love money and go get both of the Morris boys.
Man, you get both of the Morris boys. Dude, man, listen.
Because
Days over there.
it's versatility that's the problem with what's the name. You see what happens when you have the team that's not versatile, where basically it ain't but one person on the team.
Wow.
They ain't got but one person on the team that could guard really any of them. They ain't got but one person. LeBron is the only person that can guard anybody else on Golden State team if they start going off. And stay on the court and be able to stay on the court and still score. Like either they bring somebody like Shumpert out there, he can't score. I'm talking about they gave Shumpert. Shumpert should be embarrassed, man. For real, they just look at it. Every time he got the ball, they just stop and look. Hey, block out, man, block out. Let's get this rebound. He should be embarrassed. What they did to Shumpert. That's what happened when you put those players out there. Your defense go up, but now your offense up. You know what I'm saying? Now your offense up because you got somebody out there that they complete self-check. They like, and he couldn't. If we let him shoot in practice, he couldn't beat us. Nobody in front of him. That's what I'm saying. The team is good because there's nothing but pieces around LeBron now. That's the only reason the team is good. Because when when LeBron sit down, it's crap.
And what did I say?
But you've been defending that team. You've been talking about how good they are.
I just told you that LeBron and Kyrie have to be the best players on the court on offense. Defensively, they need to double team the best player. So it doesn't matter if it's Curry. It doesn't matter who it is. LeBron, you go stick Durant. You know what I mean? I want to do everything I can to neutralize what you're doing on offense, right?
All right, okay then.
And what I'm saying is,
if LeBron has for this defense to play well, LeBron plays center field. And that helps the defense play well. When you put LeBron on Durant, he has to go stand in the corner. And then the rest of the guys play, you know what I'm saying? And the rest of them guys can't defend the paint and switch and help the way LeBron can. When you put LeBron on there, on Durant, it sounds good. First, you're not going to slow Durant down anyway, you know, regardless of switching, because they ain't going to do nothing but run the action. Because I'm sure my cousin EJ is out there listening. We was talking about this, and I was like, he was talking about, man, why they ain't gonna switch? I said, man, the difference between, I said this before the game started, the difference between what goes on in Golden State and what went on in OKC when it comes to Durant. I said at the end of the quarters, I watched them. They gonna let Durant go in the corner, and he gonna act like he doing something. Then he gonna run some action, and then all of a sudden he gonna have Kyrie on him. And it's gonna be nothing you do. He's, man, you ain't gotta switch. I like, dude, when you try to help and recover, that's when they get the backdoor cuts. That's when Iguodala get wide open and Klay Thompson get wide open under the goal, because one person is trying to stay on the man, the other person is trying to help so that the guy don't get a wide open three immediately and recover. Then if he tries to help and recover, the other guy cuts back door is wide open. The only thing you can do is switch. But he tried to tell me that they could not switch. Oh, okay then. Now you can get the switches whenever you want to. And that's the difference of what Golden State does with Durant. They're going to set him up in perfect positions to score the basketball at the end of the game, rather than Westbrook come down there and he run to the goal, he can't get a layup, he just throw it back to Durant and say do something. That's not basketball. That's the main difference between what the team is. It's some other teams that got a talent that might be better than in a vacuum. Their talent might be better than Golden State, but they don't play a good style of basketball.
Oh, hell nah.
In a vacuum.
Man, I don't care if you in a vacuum. I don't care if you in a black hole. Ain't no way. Ain't no team in a nothing. In a nothing. Nowhere. Name me a team. Random.
Before Durant get there, I could
before Durant.
Now Durant is there now, so it's a little talent on there, and I ain't gonna act like Durant and Curry ain't the shit. I'm not gonna act like that.
Man, you
But
got
I'm
4
saying,
possible Hall of Fame,
I'm saying
5
the
Hall of
Clippers.
Famers.
You could possibly think of, if you look at the Clippers' talent in a vacuum, you might say that like in a
Hell
vacuum, like,
no.
man, the Clippers got some good pieces. They don't play good
Hell
basketball.
no.
The Clippers don't play good basketball. They can't play defense, and they don't play defense. That's mostly that they don't play defense, and they pretty much put all the defensive responsibility on DeAndre Jordan, and nobody else even tries to stay in front of their man. But it's some teams on Cleveland in a vacuum. In a vacuum, you would say, I don't know. Now that's
Hell
without
no.
actually Cleveland might actually in a vacuum might look better because of you got the two first
Hell
picks.
no.
You got the 2 first picks. You got the first pick of
We ain't
Kyrie
talking
Irving.
about picks.
You
We
got the
talking
first
about
one.
players
And
writing
we got
down.
Kevin Love. Man, Kevin Love is 25 and 15, man. That's
Listen,
Mr. 25
can
and
I ask
15.
can I ask you a question?
I'm gonna ask you who the average 25 and 15 in the last, you
Can
know what
I
I'm
ask?
saying?
I don't know, but let me ask you a
The
question.
last 50
DeMarcus Cousins.
years.
All right,
Now
DeMarcus Cousins.
he didn't get to 15.
Maybe not. All right. Would you take Kevin Love over Durant right now?
Hell no.
All right. Okay. Would you take?
Now we talking about LeBron. Now compare him. Don't be
Nah,
putting
would you
pieces
take?
together. No, don't
I'm
be
asking you.
put comparable. Now
we just talking
LeBron.
about
Ask me
pieces.
LeBron and Durant. Now don't ask me that. Ask me LeBron and Durant. Who I'm gonna take there on that right there. Don't ask me no Kevin. You put.
All right. Would you take Kyrie Irving? Would you take Kyrie Irving over Steph Curry?
Hell no.
All right. Would you take Durant over LeBron?
I don't know. I might take LeBron. If he was playing in the system, I think LeBron would dominate in Golden State. I think he would dominate in Golden State.
All right. So my next question would be: would you take?
I might take LeBron.
Guess.
I take LeBron. I take in that what's name in the vacuum. I take LeBron on that team. Hell yeah! Oh my God! Oh my goodness! Yes, I take LeBron over. That would be unfair.
All right, so
would
you take Klay Thompson over Kevin Love?
Yeah, I'm taking Klay Thompson. I ain't never been what you call it.
All right, are you gonna take Draymond Green or Tristan Thompson? Yeah, I know.
I gotta take.
Yeah, I know.
I gotta take Mr. Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, all right then. So we talking about comparable. You just name me one player from Cleveland that you would take over anybody on Golden State. Ain't no way Cleveland has a comparable team. You know what I'm saying? There's no way.
But see, some people what you just taking my thing. Some people would take Kyrie over Curry. I think a lot of people. I think right now,
crazy.
I think a lot of people right now. I believe
Kyrie
the majority of America right now, probably from that last year shot.
You know why they lose?
Kyrie over Curry.
You know why they lose? Because Curry has showed you that he can take a team from nothing to something to make to NBA Finals champions. Kyrie hasn't showed you that he can take a team to the playoffs without LeBron. Ain't no way. Y'all crazy as hell. Whoever thinks that is crazy as hell. And I'd bet them every day because, man, I'd bet you every day. And I put I love Curry. And I love, Kyrie. But ain't no way. He does things that nobody does in a game. Man, if he's open, it's a bucket. It's point blank, period. I just feel there's no defense for that. Kyrie Irving has to work too hard for his offense. That's why his handles are so good.
I'm telling you, that's because he owned that team and the way they run their offense. Kyrie, if Kyrie was playing in Golden State system, he would dominate. My God. If Kyrie was playing in that system.
You're good.
Oh
the system
God.
is the system is built for Kyrie, man. Like LeBron plays so much off the ball. The only thing you see LeBron do is passing the ball and driving to the hoop and shooting open shots. That's all LeBron does, man. He doesn't play
too much isolation basketball.
Definitely.
And I'm telling you, when it goes against a team that's actually a team, like that's why they lost to San Antonio and they got beat, because you could play your ISO ball and so every time you play this isolation, we get more and more in tune with what's going on out here on this court. And so your isolation ball is going to result in you having, you know what I'm saying, 7 turnovers, 6 turnovers yourself. And it is. That's different. And whereas if you move the ball around, that's how San Antonio can go through, and they can, you know, not turn the ball over a whole lot and play pretty well. And you know, even though Golden State has a problem with turnovers, most of that is not a part of the system. Most of it is that when they just start trying to be Superman, because the energy get to flowing, especially when they at home. You know, the way that crowd be jumping and stuff, you feel like you can do anything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You feel like you can do anything. Fuck it, I'm gonna shoot this from half court. I'm waiting on that shit. He probably waiting for game 4 on that one. I'm finna pull this right here from half court. But I clearly, I think that Golden State team is better. I do think it better. I think that most of the problem with LeBron team is the versatility. You need players that not just do one thing good, but do a lot of things good. Not just do one thing great, because the best about everybody on the team does one thing great. You know, your Kyle Korvers and, you know what I'm saying, all the rest of it. Actually, Kevin Love actually could make it. I think Kevin Love could make it, but he making too much money. That's the only problem with Kevin Love, to be honest with you. He makes too much money right now. And it would be, they be better off. Telling me, you tell me right now. You telling me right now the money. No, look at the money. You tell me this. Since you answered me, what would I rather have? All right, right now, would you rather have on this team right now? You playing against Golden State, and I know you say I always like these guys, but would you rather have? Let's see, the Morris twins and let me see, what's the guy? Lance Stevenson. The amount of money that he making, you could have both Morris twins and Lance Stevenson. Which one would you rather have right now going against Golden State? Those 3 guys or Kevin Love?
Man, that's, I mean,
you gonna study. You gonna study because you know it's because
that's not even a real life trade. No,
I'm not saying it's a real life trade. I'm saying that
give me something comparable then, because I'm gonna say no to that shit.
The pieces that can be broken up, you can get your team would do better if you broke that up into 3 pieces than that one piece. Strictly because he is not going to help you no matter who they play in the finals. If they play San Antonio, he's not going to help them. Whoever they play in the finals, Kevin Love is not going to help him because of the fact that he has to play defense, and he can score and stuff like that, but he's going to give up more than he scores, and that's why he could never win or take a team by himself anywhere, because it sounds good that you got 25, but if you'd have missed 25 rotations, you know what I'm saying, helping and recovering, and your man scored 25 points, and then you give up, like I said, another 25 over here to this guard that caught you over here. You know, a small forward caught you outside and drove to the basket on you. I'm telling you, he's going to end up giving up more than he actually is going to give against good, stiff competition at his position. And like I said, I think that if you would talk about that Morris boy, but that Morris boy averaged 25 and 8 in Phoenix, and if he was with LeBron, you'd be talking about he an all-star. If he played with LeBron, you'd be talking about he an all-star.
Hold up, who averaged 25 and 8? Markieff Morris?
Yes, when he was in Phoenix. When he was in Phoenix, he was the leading scorer. He bust folks behind that year, including LeBron. They beat LeBron one time that year, and he gave him about almost 30-something points. You know what I'm saying? Dude is a scorer. The same dude that they don't give the ball to in Washington is a good scorer. Top-notch scorer. He got mid-range. He can shoot the 3. He can drive the basketball. He can catch alley-oops. He can do everything that you need to be done on the offensive end if you include him in the offense, which Wall only passes to get his numbers, not really
Yeah,
to win.
I don't know about all that, man.
Yes,
Nah, man.
that guy can play. That
He
guy can
ain't that.
play.
He
Okay,
ain't that, man.
all right,
He ain't that Kevin Love.
all
He
right.
wasn't Kevin Love in
See, but
Phoenix.
the difference between him is he can score 20 and he can defend somebody. That's the difference. So it don't matter that Kevin Love can score 25 if you give him all his shots or whatever. All I need you to score 20 and not to give up 45. That's what you need, and that always makes them. That's why the good teams, like I'm telling you, most of them players that y'all like over there, if they wouldn't make it on San Antonio team, and they wouldn't play for Phil Jackson, because bare minimum you're gonna have to compete on defense if you play for those guys. You is not gonna sit out there and give up layups going straight down the paint and all of that type of stuff and stay on the court with Greg Popovich or Phil Jackson. You can't stay on the court, man. You can't stay on the court. You give up too much. You give up, you can't give up easy shots to good people, and then they start hitting the difficult ones. And it's clear that he cannot guard Durant. He cannot guard Durant. And I was laughing at people. Yeah, they gonna put him on, bro. Oh, this is gonna be funny, boy. Y'all talking about the greatest scorer to ever live.
I mean, see that, and that's another
Y'all
thing,
talking
man.
about one of the greatest scorers
shit
that
like
ever
that, man, be
lived.
smoking a whole bunch of dope, man. Like
The greatest scorer that ever, one of the greatest scorer, maybe the greatest scorer that ever lived, and Kevin Durant is going to play one-on-one with Kevin Love in some type of way. Kevin Love is gonna win. Cause that's what they saying. Oh, he gonna go back at him again. I don't care. It's still one-on-one. What you sound like, it sound like 1-1. He go at Kevin Durant go at him. He's gonna lose.
right.
Big time. And almost anybody out there that he goes against, he gonna lose. If he has to guard them on the other end, he gonna lose. Okay, man, we ran up this, man. Good Lord. We gonna push it on 2 hours, but man, this was an interesting game. It's funny to see how it kind of goes the way I'm saying it's gonna go, man, because I'm prophetic in this thing. I don't be making up, like I said, all those people that like to bet. I'm not a betting person, but if you're a betting person, you really need to be paying attention to me, because I almost never miss when it comes to NBA and NFL. I picked the Super Bowl winner for 4 consecutive years, and 3 consecutive years, not counting this last year. I picked both teams that were in the Super Bowl. I picked both teams, and I'm gonna do my little prediction too again on what's name. But it's not really a prediction. You're just looking at what's going on. Like everybody still want to say that Tom Brady them don't have a super team. As most of that stuff is just to hype up Tom Brady, so it seemed like he doing something when he actually is on the team that's supposed to win more so than he is carrying them to championships. But that's another topic for another day. This is just game 1. Can't wait till we get to see the rest of this thing. I'm mad that they got two days between it, because I just waited 9 days for one game. Now I gotta wait 2 more days for the next. I'm very upset at that. And then it's gonna be almost 3 games between when they switch cities. That's they doing too much with that. But hey, everybody out there that if you made it to the end of this video, man, God bless you, man. You are going to reap all the benefits that you ever thought in your life. But we just let them know that that I said it and my words are prophetic, so it's gonna do just like I'm saying that. Y'all watching us, man. We going nowhere but to the top, man. This thing finna blow up like a popcorn kernel in some hot grease. We finna do this thing. So to all of y'all out there, man, we appreciate y'all for watching our videos. always click and subscribe to our video. And all of y'all out there, I guess to know, we actually are starting a campaign. So if you subscribe to our channel, you will be entered automatically. Well, not automatically, because you're going to have to enter your email address in on bsp.news. Enter your email address in the competition along with subscribing to the channel, and you will actually have a chance to win some prizes that we're going to do periodically when we reach certain milestones as far as our subscribers. We're just putting that out there. Y'all gonna see that coming really soon. Appreciate everybody that's listening. Appreciate all those that supports. Appreciate all those that are sharing the videos, and we're gonna try to keep them coming to you. That is Young Lion, and I'm out.